once you're done with your opening credits sequence, which should actually describe what we're about to see and shouldn't be named something boring like my video or computer project and should definitely not include your last name, then you're ready to add your end credits. To do so, go back to the same Add Text button, click on it, and this time choose Static. Scroll down until you find what should be the last option, which is Sources. Click on it and choose Add. It'll get added to your media, and then drag it down to the end of your video on the Video 1 track. Double-click on it to edit it, and go to your story map. And this should be as simple as clicking at the beginning of your first resource, dragging down to the end of your last resource, copying, and coming back here and pasting. When you paste, make sure you have selected everything else that's already there first, and then at the top, you might want to just press enter a couple times and put something like credits. Now it looks like my text is kind of messed up here, so I'm just going to go in and switch the auto adjust font size and then bring the font down a little bit. See if that helps things out a little bit, and maybe even changing the font. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Just make sure that each of these are on a separate line. So for example, when I go down here, I see that my fish and my monkeys have not been separated, so I click between the G and the M here, and then I press enter, and now it starts on a separate line. And then I scroll down a little bit more, and I find that my piece needs to be separated from the one before it. So basically, you should be looking for that JPG or PNG, which should be at the end of just about all of your images. Press enter to put it on a different line. And if you find that you're having trouble getting everything to fit, again, you can make the font smaller. You can also make this box larger. And you may, in order to make everything fit going from left to right rather, you may need to do this. So notice that after this fish is cut off, after this P0 is cut off, after this it's cut off a little bit. So what you're doing is looking for those things over here. Okay, so it goes from fish to, and it should go to HP, it says over here. So all I'm going to do is just click like right before that word fish and press enter, and that's going to push it down to another line. And now I can see the whole URL. For the monkeys one, it goes to, there's a P and then a 0. There's the P and then the 0. So I'm going to click right before that and right after a slash, and then press enter to make it go down on another line. So we're just kind of cleaning this up to make sure everything looks nice and neat. The piece one actually looks okay. The shrimp one looks okay. And the running picture, which was mine, I don't have to do anything to make that fit. So again, you may have to mess around with the font. You may have to stretch out the size of this text box. And again, go in, find where those slashes are, find like a natural spot to do this, and then push the stuff that's getting cut off onto the next line. Then save changes. And once you have finished your end credits, raise your hand and show me that you've finished this slide.